Hello, this is a reading for you. It is not attached to a zodiac sign nor a timeline. The intention is, if you come across this reading, it should benefit you in some way. That being said, if it resonates, please like and subscribe. There will also be an extended version, as always, available on my Patreon, which is the first link in the description below. You can also access personal readings with me through my website, also in the description below. Now, what I want to say to you here is conflicts arise. Happens to the best of us. And, you know, this particular situation or relationship or dynamic, it brings in some anxiety because this is important to you. This seems like with maybe loved ones or just something that is relevant, you know. And I will say, you persevere. It seems as though, especially if you're concerned, the outside influence seems to be sort of mending or doing fine already. You're holding strength. I feel like trying to improve on yourself. This could go beyond relationships. It could just be about improving yourself as a whole. But, you know, there's almost some question on how to move forward here. And I feel like really trying to address those cycles that you may go through on a regular basis. Trying to improve something, you know, and meanwhile, I think that it's difficult because I just think that there's, you know, probably a lot to consider. It may be sort of a complicated situation, or you might have a lot on your, like say it is in your relationships and you have a lot going on in work, or, you know, say it's your work, but you have a lot going on in your relationships, you know, that kind of thing. Your advice is to look towards justice, make your judgments, and most importantly, okay? This is the most important part. Do the work you need to change your actions or thoughts or behaviors or whatever it is. You know, make that judgment call for yourself here and now. No more, right? Easier said than done, I understand. But, you know, there is very cohesive, and if you're worried, I feel like the outside influence is more agreeable than you maybe think, or the exchange is more cohesive than you might be worried about. You are, you know, working on changing things. You're really kind of analyzing what it is that holds you back or that keeps you here. And I find that you, after a period of mending and, you know, just sort of paying attention to, I want to say like inner child stuff even, if I'm being honest. You know, you can come back refreshed and, you know, with a fun outlook on life, or just able to enjoy your present moments more. We all want to be better versions of ourselves, right? Rightfully so. And, you know, also remembering to be patient with ourselves in the process of improvement. However, and I'm not saying this is your situation, but some situations, there's less of a leniency, there's less of a time, there's less of a reasonably being able to empathize with yourself, you know, or empathize with someone in a situation. Like, let me think of an example. Let's say that someone was abusive or something like that, right? It isn't until that abuse stops that we have the privilege of understanding why the abuser does those things. before we can empathize with trying to heal or correct whatever with the abuser, the abuse first has to be stopped. Because until then, well, fuck them. They don't matter, right? And again, this is a very bold example. I'm not saying that there's anything abusive or, I'm just saying, like, but, what I mean is some things have to be addressed before other things can be addressed. The immediacy of something must happen in order to have the privilege to analyze it further. So you don't necessarily have time to contemplate, debate. It's more so take an action, then contemplate. You see? Metaphorically speaking, shoot first, ask questions later. And this to me suggests that, you are getting there. This is going to be the completion of a sort of impoverished feeling cycle, or just, something that has kept a situation or just you or whatever in kind of a rut. It's evolving out of that consciously. If you enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe. I'm going to take this a bit further on my Patreon, which again is the first link in the description below. I hope to see you there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you for joining.